Craig, just verifying you can see my screen.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Welcome everybody to the Handheld Contact API demo. We will be demoing Handheld Contact API. I will show you the full download installation going through, and then we will also do a couple of other demos for you of and one of our Outlook products that Michael Cadlib will be doing for us. So the agenda for today is right here. Let me just scroll upwards. So first of all, I'd like to introduce people who are participating as myself. I'm Victor Cron. I was one of the original people who came up with the concept of Handheld Contact about 15 years or so ago. And I'm with Keystroke. I'm the CEO here. And we have Michael Cadlib. He's our support manager. Michael will be doing a short demo for us on Act for Outlook in between while I'm doing the download. And then we have Craig Strybross. Craig is the head of our support team for Handheld Contact, and he will be monitoring the questions. So just a bit of housekeeping. If Craig will monitor the questions as we go through. If it's relevant with what I'm speaking about, he will interrupt and ask the questions. If not, we'll be taking questions at the end as well. And so then I want to show you a comparison chart between Handheld Contact Classic and the API. We get a lot of questions around that. I want to show you the API setup in terms of requirements, and then do the actual setup. And then Lubs will be talking, or Michael Cadlib, sorry, will be talking about Mobile Care and Act for Outlook. We have a special offer with Mobile Care and Act for Outlook, so I want to show you what that looks like. And then I'll do the full demo of the API, and then we'll have some questions. So to start with, one of the key things before you download Handheld Contact, we want you to look at the comparison. And all this you will see in the video later on. So let me go to my comparison. So if you go to our website, this is handheldcontact.com. And if you go right to the comparison chart, if you click on that, it'll bring up both the Handheld Contact Classic and the Premium. So you can go through, and here's Handheld Contact Companion. Sorry, this is a comparison to Act Pre Mobile and Act Companion. But then if we go up to support, just take a second to come up. And if we scroll down, and if we look at app-specific help, we'll click on that. And if you go down, and we have BlackBerry, iPhone, iPad, Android, and then we have specific Handheld Contact API, and that's the one I want you to click on. So as you go through here, how do I set up Handheld Contact? How do I switch Handheld Contact Classic to Handheld Contact? One thing I do want to say, there's no upgrade path. If you're halfway through your Handheld Contact Classic and want to switch, you'll have to buy a new license. They're two totally separate products for two different markets and two different needs going through. And then you have, how do I find my API URL? How do I select the group? So what I want to say about first of all, about the Handheld Contact API URL, the key to remember at the end here, it ends in act.web.api. So if I'll show you during the setup where to put that in. You have to make sure you have that address before you get started. And if you don't know what it is, if you're hosted, either with somebody else, with SwiftPage, or with one of the other hosting providers, Keystroke, RTG, and some other ones, Tech Commandos, make sure that you contact them to get your proper address for your web, act.web.api. That's key. The other thing is Handheld Contact API only synchronizes one group. Those of you that have used Classic know that you can synchronize multiple groups. With API, we can only synchronize, it's set up to synchronize one group. So make sure you go into Act and create your group before you get started. Once you create the group, then you can choose that, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So go through, and this is very key here. So make sure you go to the support, app-based specific help, Handheld Contact API. So that's key there. Let me just jump back to my PowerPoint here. And so what are some of the unique features of Handheld Contact API? One of them is unlimited contacts. We had limits in the Handheld Contact Classic, and then with API, it's unlimited contacts. The other thing is you can also sync to multiple devices. So if you have an iPhone, iPad, or any type of tablet, you can synchronize to 2, 3 devices, whatever you use. And the other one, it's a direct sync to the ACT API. So it's a bit different than what we have with the Classic, and I think we'll like it going through. So again, the knowledge base, I think I showed you that already, requirements and setup. And so what I'll do now is I will open up Handheld Contact, and then we will start with the installation. So once you've installed it, you click on here, and it takes a second to open. So you've got your ACT server. Remember I said this is your act.web.api address, so you type in, and this is your database, and this is the act.web.api. And once you click, then you put your ACT database name in, so that you need to know ahead as well. Make sure you have all that information, then your ACT username. And then your ACT password. And now I will log in. You didn't see me put mine in because on the simulator we have it blocked out. So now you have your Handheld Contact username. And if you've had a Classic account, you have to create a new account for the API. So just go to our homepage, handheldcontact.com, and click on the trial for the HHC API. So that's my Handheld Contact login information. So the first thing you do, you have to select a group. So let's say you've gone through, and as you can see, we have tons of groups here. I will scroll right to the bottom, and I'm just going to give you a warning, Michael Cadlib, that in about 2 minutes you'll be on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my group here, and I'm going to pick Vic's demo group, and I have about 29,000 contacts in this group. So you're thinking 29,000 contacts, we're going to be on this demo for about 2 hours. Those of you that synchronize large databases with the Classic will know that takes some time. But what I'll do is I'll click next here. And so the first thing I need to do is pick the custom fields that I want to synchronize. So I'm going to go through and just pick a few of them here, just for the demo purposes. So these are all your custom fields, and ACT will show up. Again, Handheld Contact, just like in Classic, it synchronizes all the basic contact fields. And so what we're doing now is we're going through, and I'm just going to pick a few of the other fields here. I won't pick any of the counting ones. Those are all our counting fields. So I'll just do referred by, reseller status, reseller ACC assigned. And then we'll do, I just want to grab status ID, or ID, sorry, I went too far here. There, we'll just pick, I want created there, ID status other. Okay, actually I'll leave that one off. So next we go through and choose your fields. Now we're at the opportunity field mapping. So here we can go through and map as well. So I'm just going to go through. So these are all the fields that you have in your opportunity fields. Okay, and now I'm going to hit next and click on start download. So this is how fast it goes. So I'm going to start download now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Lubs or Michael Cadleb give you a quick review of the Act for Outlook, because if you purchase mobile care, I'll give you a few details here before we start. So mobile care is our phone support. There's free email support, but for phone support, it costs $10 a month, and any individual can call in for the rest of the company. So the nice thing is, if you've got 2 or 3 users and one of you will handle all the calling, you can sign up for one account. And it's 12 months of phone and email, up to 30 minutes a day. And support is defined as help with troubleshooting, messages, installation upgrades, and it includes level 1 and level 2 support. It does not cover training or development. And so mobile care is a very good deal for $120. It's basically up to 30 minutes a day. And then what we're doing now, we're also offering a free Act for Outlook license. And so with that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over to Michael Cadleb. Michael, are you ready?
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm passing it over to you.
Okay.
So if you could show your screen. All right, I see your email.
Outlook, correct?
Yep,
Okay,
I see Outlook. Okay, go ahead. Thanks, Michael.
Excellent. All right. So as Vic stated, it's going to be like a 5-10 minute overview here of Act for Outlook. I'm not going to get into the install and setup of everything, just because that would take a little bit longer. But basically, I wanted to show you some of the key points of what Act for Outlook does in your system for you to make sort of life easier and just make your Act and Outlook experience more enjoyable. So, and let me give you the reason sort of why we have Act for Outlook. You know, people might say, well, there's already a built-in integration between the two products, which is true. The main reason being is that the built-in integration oftentimes will break, and many of you probably have seen this frustration, and that's sort of how we came to develop this program, because we were using the built-in integration in-house, and it was just breaking time after time and time again, losing the address book or not attaching emails. And so we sort of said, well, you know, let's just develop our own thing that will be more reliable, and we did, and that's sort of where Act for Outlook came from. Okay, so let me show you a couple things that it'll do here. I'm on this email here from Nav, and he's not in my database right now, so I'm gonna create him. Let's say he's a new prospect that maybe just emailed me today, for instance, and I want to create him from this email. Create him as a contact in my Act database. So I can do a right click, and before I do actually create him, I'm just going to show you these top 5 things are all related to Act for Outlook when you do a right click in Outlook once it's installed. So we have go to contact, which would actually go to that record in Act if he's in Act. Quick attach, it's going to quick attach that incoming email to that person's record. Send email to Act, which is similar to quick attach. The main difference is that it allows you to actually attach it to a different record. So maybe the email is from Nav, but it pertains to maybe 2 other projects that you need to attach this to with an Act or an opportunity or a group or a company. Create contact, which is what we're going to do here in a second, and then create activity in Act. Okay, so we're going to create a contact in Act. And in your settings, you can predefine what fields you want to show here. Okay, so these are the fields that I sort of just had in there, some of the default fields basically, and some other ones. But if you have any kind of custom fields that you track and you often populate them when you create a new contact, you can certainly have them in your settings to populate here when you first create it. So as you notice, it populates the person's name, which it pulls from the email, and then their email, which obviously pulls from the email as well. And then if you have more information, you can enter it here, or you can wait till it gets in Act and enter it over in that section. So I'll put in a couple details, click Create. It's going to let you know that that contact was created successfully. And then in Act now, so now I have my full list of Act contacts in here. Okay, so I have my 327 contacts, and they're all listed there. Let me go back to Outlook, right-click on that email, select Go to Contact. And now in Act, it took me right to that person's record. Okay, so this is great, so that, you know, as I'm working with both programs, because often during your day, I know my day's full of people emailing me, and then I have to look them up in Act. So instead of going over to Act and, you know, looking up their last name or company, I'm on that email, I'm right-clicking, go to contact, it takes me right to the record, and then I can do whatever I need to do to manage them throughout my day. Go back to Outlook. Now, let's say you had you highlighted multiple contacts, okay, or I'm sorry, multiple emails from different people. The go to contact changes to create lookup and act, okay. So then it will allow you to create that lookup. And now there's 2 people in that lookup, okay. So if you had a couple different emails through the day and you wanted to sort of look up those people right away to give them a call back, send an email to, send a merge to, do a report, whatever you wanted to do, highlight those emails, right click, create lookup, and it's going to give you that list of those people that you had highlighted. So back over here, we'll do a few more things before we hand it over to Vic. As I mentioned, you can create an activity from the email. So the person emails you and in the email, they may say, hey, let's have a web meeting tomorrow or a phone call tomorrow to discuss this. So you right click, create activity. It defaults to today's date in 9 a.m. in that particular time. So you just change that to the specific date and time you want to do this on. So let's say we're going to do tomorrow at 12 p.m. And it's going to last an hour. So you adjust the time accordingly. Whatever activity type you want to do, let's say it's going to be a meeting. We want to ring ourselves an alarm 20 minutes ahead of time. The regarding, it's the subject of the email. So if that's fine, you just leave it as it is. If you want to change it, you can highlight it and change it. The details is going to include the whole body of the email. So this way you don't have to write it in again. It's already in there about whatever he requested you had that meeting for. And then down here, you can link it to additional things. So if you wanted to link it to a specific company, an opportunity or group, or to your contact, you can do so. You can also click the schedule meeting in Outlook button, which let me do that real quick and show you what it does. Hit create, tells me it's been created. So that's in act now. And then now I'm going to get this email to send over to Nav, and it's going to put it on his calendar as well. So if maybe he's not using Act or something else, it'll put it in his Outlook calendar or whatever other calendar he's using. Okay. Then lastly, what I wanted to show you was the send email to Act. So as I mentioned, you can link it to additional contacts and or groups or opportunities. So if I wanted to link it to a specific opportunity, I click link to opportunities, pick my opportunity from the group or from the list here. And then on that email will show up on the history tab of this particular opportunity. Okay. And it'll also show on Nav's record because I have Nav as a contact there. So if we go over to Nav's record and Act, I'll see the history of that email, and I'll also see that activity that we had scheduled as well in there. Okay. And as far as the emails attaching to the history, it doesn't matter where you initiate the emails, whether you start it from here in Act by clicking the email address here, or starting in Outlook, or reply, or forward in Outlook. Basically what it does is once that email gets sent from Outlook, that's when it's doing its sort of magic behind the scenes and saying, okay, is this address in Act? If so, record it to the history there in Act, and then it records it to the history there. Okay. Let me show you 2 other things it does, and I'll hand it back over to Vic here.
All right.
If you have your contacts in Outlook that maybe you've had in here before, and you want them to go into Act, what you can do very easily is in your contact list here in Outlook is do a right click, and there's an option here, send contact to Act. Okay, and I send it over there, and it sent that contact to Act. In the same fashion, I have the ability to do that with an activity. I can right click on the activity and send activity to Act as well. Okay, now the main purpose for the activity sending over to Act is you may people may send you meeting invites through Outlook, and you may accept them maybe on your phone or something. So you didn't get it in the actual email on your computer where you can do the right click create activity. So once it's in once you accept it, it goes on your Outlook calendar. So then from here you can right click it, send it over to Act, and then now it's going to be on your Act calendar for you to view and reply to. Okay. And that's one little extra tip. As we're this had only worked with 32-bit Office for the longest time, and right now we're actually developing it so that it works with 64-bit Office as well. So that should be on the market sometime shortly there. So for those people who are using Office in 64-bit mode, we will have a version of Act for Outlook that will work for that very shortly. So I know a lot of people have requested that. So, but that's all I have for you guys today.
Michael?
Yes.
Question here.
Sure.
A user wants to know if third-party email services will work with the Act for Outlook, such as Gmail.
Third-party services. So as long as you have your Gmail within within Outlook, you can definitely do that. So I have my Gmail account set up in my Outlook here, and let me just show you when you go to your account settings, you can have as many email accounts there as you want in Outlook. So as long as you have your Gmail account set up within your Outlook settings, any of those emails that you send from Gmail will definitely get recorded via Act for Outlook. Yes.
Thank you.
It will not work for your Gmail if you just have Gmail in the cloud, if you don't have it as part of Outlook.
All right. Thank you very much, Michael. Much appreciated. I only did need about 4 minutes, though, because I downloaded 29,000 contacts in about 4 minutes. So I just wanted to show you how fast it is in comparison to the Handheld Contact Classic. So once you get used to this, it spoils you a bit. So once I've done the download, I just click on Next, and then I come to a dashboard. So the first thing I want to do before I get too far is in the upper left-hand corner, you see the bar there, the menu. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to go to my settings. So my settings, I've got my Handheld Contact account information, Act account information, my startup screen. So let me click on startup. So here I can open it at dashboards, contest, tasks, calendar, opportunity. I'll leave mine on the dashboard. And then we have Act settings. And so any changes in Act settings will require download all data. So I'm just going to show you, you can change your field mapping, your opportunity field mapping, and change groups as well. I won't do that because it'll just trigger another download at this point. And so then we go down to contacts. So here, with extension, because people call out of Handheld Contact, so same thing here as in the Classic. So you have a choice how to handle extensions. You can insert it automatically, or you can have a pause and then insert it. So it's up to you how you set that up. And you can also custom share setup. And so this is something we also have in the Classic. And you can go through, and in custom, I just want to show mobile phone, name, company, and email. So, I'm not going to show their mobile phone, just their phone. So when I do a custom share, I can choose what I send to the people. And then we'll just go back to my dashboard, and then we'll take a look at history. Some people want their text messages saved in Act, and others don't, because a lot of times if you're doing a lot of text messages back and forth, you don't want to feel the history in Act. So a lot of people turn that off, but it's up to you how you manage that side of it. Then we look at scheduling preferences. We put this in so that each time when you do schedule, these are the defaults. You can always change them, but at least these are defaults that you have. I'm just going through fairly quickly and just doing type, priority, ring alarm, duration. I'll set it at 15 minutes. And then set clear date time as an Act. And so I want that to happen. And then schedule with selected contact, or you can change that. And you can also just schedule with your record. I always leave mine on selected contact. And then we'll take a look at the sync schedule. Now, when I put something in Handheld Contact, it will automatically sync instantly back to my Act database, whether it's a contact, activity, opportunity. But in order for me to pull information out of Act, we still have to trigger that. So you can set up what you want during weekdays. I'll put mine to every 15 minutes. Weeknights, every hour is good. And weekends, I do every hour as well. Or I can do no sync on weekends. So it depends how you want to use Handheld Contact. The next thing we want to look at is notifications and alerts. So we do any notifications, your daily alerts. I'm going to enable that, and I want mine to come in at 8. I'm usually in the office at 8:06. So I want them coming at 8:05. Click done, and then alerts. I also want to do these, and I like mine a day ahead of time. So it's for birthdays, anniversaries, stuff like that. I want to do that 1 day ahead. And then we also have access to the knowledge base right from here. And the main one I'm going to show you is contact support. So if you have an issue that you are facing, if you error or you think something's wrong, you can go through, you can pick the category. I'm just going to pick anything contact list here. Now, in description, this works just like in our classic that voice to text works. So just give me a second here. Please call me about the activities not syncing properly. I think something is wrong. So I can use voice to text there, and then I can also attach log files. Now, if it's something where you think you've got a crash or a bug, always attach log files, and that way we can take a look at it. And I will just click on the upper right-hand corner now to submit it. And so here's my description. Please call me about activities not syncing properly. I think something is wrong. And it gives all the details. So Craig, who is on the call here, he's our main support for Handheld Contact, can go through and quickly see your account and what type of stuff you're working with. And then I just click the upper level, and now my email has been sent off to Craig. So let me go back to my dashboard. Now what I want to start with is I want to go to my contacts. And so here I'll look up Craig. He likes it when I put stuff into his calendar. So I will find Craig. I will go through. So this is all the contact information for Craig. If you want his home phone number, I can give it to you here, but it'll cost you extra if you want to call him at nights, right, Craig? No comment. And then for each contact, we have activities, notes. There's a lot of notes there, and then histories and opportunities. So right from here, if I want to add an opportunity, let's say I'm working with Craig, I can add an opportunity right from here. Handheld contact sales. Then I can go through and I can actual close date. I'm going to make that for April. Select, and I can add additional contacts to this by clicking on my contact screen. And so these are all, I can fill in all the other fields, quote number, number of licenses, all that as well. So I'm going to just click done on that. So now I've added a Handheld contact sales. As you can see, a sales opportunities for Craig. So if I want to go in, I want to click on that. If I want to go through, I can add the product right here. So I will add a product. So I'll Handheld contact, item number, and I want to change quantity to 6. And then I'm going to save that. So now I have the opportunity in here for Craig. So let me go back to Craig's contact details. So remember how I showed you the share, how to set up the custom share. So now if I click on share, I can share it as a V card, work V card, so it just shows the work contact information, home V card, custom, or the whole thing to a clipboard. So the custom is what I set up, and then as you can see, it pops up on the screen here. I can go through, I can do AirDrop, messages, emails, Slack is what our internal communication, WhatsApp, Messenger, and so any form that you have of sharing contact information, you can share the contact here. The other thing I want to do is I want to edit, and so as you saw, I'll just go back here for a sec. You see there's no empty fields here. So everything is populated, and that's because we only show the populated fields. I can go in here, and then I can add Craig's in customer service. Then I can go through. That is not his home phone number in case somebody's taking notes. And then you can go and edit any information here. So I'll click done, and then all this information goes right back to ACT. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my contacts. I'm going to cancel, and I'm actually going to add a new contact. So as I'm going to do that, I'm going to jump right onto our database here. I'll go to contacts, and I'll just search for, I'll just move my phone out of the way in a second. Yeah, I'll just search for Victor. So you can see we have a lot of Victors in here. I'll just want to narrow it down a bit. I'll go Victor K. So you see myself, Victor Cron, in the database here. So what I'm going to do now, if we look on the phone, I'm going to add Cron 22, and I'll do keystroke. And then I'll just put one of my email addresses in here. So I'm going to just leave the rest blank for now because I just want to show you how it works. I'm going to hit done. So as we can see, we got Victor Cron here. Let me go to ACT now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to refresh. And there it is. That's how fast it is. So if I open up Victor Cron 22, you can see I put in CO, corporate, and I put one email address in. So that's how fast the contact information synchronizes back to ACT. So it's very, very quick and very seamless going through. So that's one thing. So next thing I want to show is some activities. Let me go to my calendar. So I've cleared it off here, so there's nothing showing there. And let me go through some filters here first of all. So on the calendar, I can go through and I can select users. Right now, I'm going to just show all users. Then you can also customize it. These are all the activity types that we have. Call meetings to do, so you can go through. I don't want to be notified of trials. I don't need the marketing materials, onboarding, operational, personal. So I can turn all those off. Then I go to back, and now you see all the activities that are here. So now if I want to filter, I can go to filter, and I'm just going to show my own. Then I'll go back, and you see there's none there. So let me just go to my task list as well. So task list, again, a filter on the right-hand side. Similar thing here. You can do all dates, today and future, today and future, this week. You can filter by types as well in the task list. And then you can also show mine only or everybody's going through. So I'll click done on that. And now you can see all the activities that we have going through. Again, for all these activities, I can go through and I can customize, I can edit them. I can go through, I can clear them. So just like an ACT, let me just go through. First of all, I'll create one. So I'll create one for Craig. So I'm on Craig's contact now. So there's two ways of creating an activity. I can go to the activities right here. Sorry, let me move that over. Activities right there, I can add it there. Or if I want to see what my calendar looks like first, I'll just hit cancel there. Actually, let me just. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my calendar. I see, oh, okay, I've got an opening here. I'm going to click on that. And again, as you see, my defaults are set in there. The call. I'll call it test for demo. The time, again, I'm just going to change the time here. I just click on that. I'll change it to 4:34. Click done. Then I can go through. I can also go for recurrence if I want to do it daily, weekly, monthly. So just like an ACT, I'm going to click cancel on that. And then I can also add additional contact by clicking on there. I can make it private, and all this stuff is pre-populated for here. Let's say I want to put in some details. Again, voice to text works in here too. Hello, Craig. Hope you're having a great day. I will save that. And then I've got my test demo here on my device. So let me go to ACT. I'll just go view. Let me just, close that one off. Refresh, and there it is. So it's absolutely instant. It's literally 1 to 2 seconds, and it comes over. So it's that fast as you're using it. So the other thing I want to show you is once I open it, there's a number of things I can do. I can reschedule it, I can erase it, or I can clear it. Here, I'll just hit it clear. And I won't make any changes. I can also schedule follow-up. So I'll schedule follow-up right here. Test demo 2. I won't make any, I'll just change the time on it. Make it to 6. Done. So now I have just finished. And let's say I want to add another contact to this meeting. So I will look. Helps if I'll Adriel in there. I'll click save. So now I've scheduled it for Adriel and Craig. And the rest of the stuff I'll leave the same. So I'll click save. And then successfully created an act. So let's just go here quickly and do a refresh. And there's the follow-up I just scheduled. So now this is clearing. I'll click done. And I'm back at my calendar. So now we just have test demo 2 on the computer, or I mean on the device itself. So let me just go through. I'll take a look at the opportunities. So again, with the opportunities, you can open any of your opportunities. I have one with Adriel here. And so I can go through. I've got my open days 49. It's been open since September or February 6th. My estimated close date. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to just change my estimated close date. I'll change it to April. And associate with Adriel, record manager. And so this is all the information here going through. So I don't have anything populated at this point. I didn't add a product. So let's say I want to go referred by Joe. And what I'll do now is let me just go through. And you can see I've got needs assessment, and it's 25%. So what I want to do is, actually, I've got a commitment to buy. So right away, as soon as I click that, you can see that it's now 80%. So the probability changes automatically. So all this is based off what you have set up in ACT. So whatever your defaults are, if you drop downs, if you have stages, these reflect your stages in ACT. So I'll do, again, considering upgrade. And so that, so obviously a 0, we will do needs assessment. That changes it 25%. So it's very simple to do. So I will click done. And now I've edited the opportunity here going through. And so if I want to add another product, I can add that right here as well. Product name, I'll put in handled contact. Item number. Quantity, I'll do 10. And then we have adjusted price, and so it's $709 for the subtotal. I'll click save. So now I've got all the extra information in here. So I've added a whole bunch of them, as you can see, as we've gone through. So that's a quick overview of how Handheld Contact on the API. So a couple of things I want to stress is that before you can sign up for your child, but before you do the setup, make sure that you know your act.web.api address. You have to know your database name. You have to have your ACT username and password, and you have to have your Handheld Contact username and password. So sign up for a trial, but make sure you have all that information before you get started. Now, I think I'm done with the basic demo. Craig, are there any questions?
No, I've answered everything directly. Okay,
everything's been answered. So with that, I just want to go back to my PowerPoint here quickly. So if you do have some of our contact information is here. So if you do have more questions, one about mobile care, you can call email service at Handheld Contact, or you can give us a call, because with a mobile care, if you're purchasing that for your Handheld Contact, remember, you get the free Act for Outlook, which Michael Cadlib was demoing for us. It's a fantastic service. It's one of our biggest selling add-ons. People find it very useful. And so if you have any questions about that or about Handheld Contact, please email service at handheldcontact.com, or you can email myself as well, vic@kqc.ca. So if there's no further questions, I want to thank you very much for your time. This session has been recorded, so we will send it out to you, and then you'll be able to watch it online. The other thing, if you are going through, we always encourage people to go to our website. I will just go to Keystroke. All of our videos are online here. So if you're in keystroke.ca, our website, all you do is scroll down where it says training, free training videos, Keystroke training videos. So it's just at our homepage, keystroke.ca. Click on Keystroke training videos. And this is where we post. So if you scroll down, we have Keystroke success training videos, which you're watching right now. We have product videos, Act for Windows, AEM, and Act Cloud. So right here, these are the other deep dives that we've done. The one we did last week was groups and companies. We've done deep dive into Act, it's accelerator training. So the video you just watched will be posted here. So remember, keystroke.ca, scroll down and click on our training videos. So that's it for today. I want to thank you very much for attending and hope you have a great day. All the best.